Oh, here we are talking about fast food yet again. There's a theme with Richard that happens.
That's my thing. That's what I do here on City News. I keep you up to date on the latest happenings with fast food. This is actually quite telling, though, Cynthia, about what's happening with the workforce and the economy. We're talking about Tim Hortons.
Okay.
So, they know when people are going to work, when they're not going to work, right? Because you buy a coffee on your way. Timmy's came in today. Better than expected earnings, sales are up, and they say they're doing the better than expected numbers thanks to more business in the afternoon and evening. Because people aren't going to work in the morning as much as they once did.
Interesting. So they're going for a later afternoon coffee hit.
It's the hybrid. Maybe you're coming home from work, or maybe you're going to work in the afternoon and you're getting that coffee. They have been adding Tim Hortons more evening type of foods like wraps and bowls and even pizza. The company says that accounts now for 10% of all transactions. They're looking to boost that. Timmy said it's planning to add a new savory baked goods category to boost afternoon sales even more. Revenue for the parent company up 15.5%. So it's kind of a good sign overall that Tim Hortons is getting back to business because it didn't do very well during the pandemic.
No, and it's Timmy's. You don't want Timmy's to not do well.
No. Even though they're not technically owned by a Canadian company.
I know. You still think of them as a Canadian company. It got its start here, right? But they do have good chili.
The chili's good.
The chili's
I'm
good.
A Boston cream guy. That's their top selling donut, apparently.
Is it?
Boston
Well,
cream.
I like a Boston
I've had
cream.
too many Boston creams, Cynthia.
No comment. Not saying that. All right, dairy farmers. I love, my latte with lots of milk in my coffee in the morning, and they've been given the green light to charge more for their milk.
It's already gone up a lot this year, milk, and it's set. The price for dairy set in a really weird way in Canada. There's the dairy board. They set the price. It fluctuates a bit at the retail level, but it's really the sort of milk cartel, if you will, that sets the price, Cynthia.
A milk cartel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, they say the price is going to go up another 2.2% in February after milk having already gone up more than 8% last February and another 2.5% in September. So it's gone straight up. They're hiking it again in February. Of course, the milk producers say, hey, there's a lot of inflationary pressures at play here. Who's profiting from all this aside from maybe the dairy producers? Is it the grocers? There was a report out from Dalhousie University today, Cynthia, that found the big three grocers, they all posted higher profits this year compared to their average performances over the past 5 years. So a lot of people have talked about, is there so-called greedflation? Are they hiking prices beyond what inflation is doing? And this report maybe leads some credence to that being true.
Well, and Jagmeet Singh wants a panel to look into this.
Yes.
I mean, it's really hitting home with a lot of people because their costs are going up so high.
Correct.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we're talking a lot about the budget surplus here. We're waiting for a fall economic statement. But today we have a glimpse, you have a glimpse of the federal budget.
The federal mini budget, the economic update delivered by Federal Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland. It included some modest new spending to the tune of $30 billion, and there was something in it as well for those struggling with inflation and for students struggling. Here is Federal Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland.
Our economy is slowing down. It means there are people whose mortgage payments are rising. It means business is no longer booming in the same way it has been since we left our homes after the COVID lockdowns and went back out into the world. Canada cannot avoid the global slowdown any more than we could have avoided COVID once it had begun infecting the world. But we will be ready. Indeed, we are ready.
Now, to help students, Freeland announced that the government will make all Canada student loan payments interest-free, Cynthia. And she also said the government will return to surplus in the 2027-2028 year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money they have to push down.
Yeah, as inflation goes up, so do government revenues. So
that's true.
Helps.
That's true. I always love it when a politician makes a big statement and then says, but.
But. There's always a but.
There's always a but. All right, Richard, thank you very much.